Hey guys, it's Terrie. How's your heart today? How is your heart? I hope it's doing well. I was just thinking about all of you guys, and I was asking my spirit team, what can I share with my friends out there? And they started telling me about the import of how important it is to be really specific when you're designing a goal or an outcome that you'd like to have or achieve or to create in your reality. So here's the thing about the universe, you guys. The universe does not like vagueness. It's all about specificity. And you want to know why? Because we live in a vibrational universe. Yes. And I know that if you've been following me and if you've been watching me and you pay attention and you participate in any of my meditations or workshops or any of the things, or have had a reading with me, then you know that because we live in a vibrational universe, we will magnetize to us matching frequencies, right? Right. So when we become specific about things that we desire or we want to bring into our reality, into our life experience, we have to be specific so that we can meet that frequency. Now, the way we actually meet those frequencies are by elevating our energy to a high-minded, elevated emotion. Now, remember, emotions are energy in motion, which means you have a feeling, and the energy behind that feeling is the emotion, right? So feelings cause emotions. So what we want to do is we want to get to a to a light wave, a density light wave, right? We want to get to a light wave that is very high in frequency so that it moves really fast, okay? Remember, when we are having density waves, we're moving much slower, and that means we're more matter and less energy, right? You remember all this from the energy video that I shared with you guys? Don't worry if you don't, it's okay. I'll keep reminding you. It's all good. So when we raise ourselves to a higher vibration, to a higher level frequency, it does mean that the light waves are moving a lot faster. And that means we are more energy. So that means we as human beings can meet the frequency level of what it is that we want. Typically, things that we want are higher vibrational frequencies than where we're vibrating right now anyways, right? And if you think about it, let's just say you wanted money, right? Yes, you want money, I want money, we all want money, right? Money is not bad, contrary to what a lot of people were taught or conditioned growing up. What money does is it's an energy exchange, and it's a representation of something. Typically what it represents is freedom. So when you're wanting money, you're really wanting the feeling, the emotion of freedom, right? So what happens when you get specific is you say, I want money. And then you say, well, why do I want money? And how is that money going to help me? How would that money help other people? How would I help other people with that money? And so on and so on and so on. That is called specificity. From breaking all of those down, for example, how I just gave you money, what happens is that you become more identifiable for what your specific goal is, right? So when typically when you're working towards a goal, you have an intention of doing something, right? So that's that's a desire to do something, and you take actions. So you can't just say you want something and not work towards it or take any actions towards it, right? You have to take actions towards it. So for example, if you want money, you have to take some sort of action towards making money, right? It doesn't have to be this huge dramatic action. It just has to be, there has to be some action. And from that action, there's an intention behind it, right? There's a desire and an action. This is something that you want. So that's why you really, really need to be very specific with what you want. Once you know what you want, then you can through meditation or through any other type of energy release or clearing, you can make space, right? You clear out resistance. You can make space for yourself to then create a vibrational frequency to match that of what you want, which is money, which is freedom, and how it helps you and how you help other people, etc., etc., etc. So it is not an easy process. I mean, theoretically, it is an easy process to attract or to create or to manifest. Theoretically, it is. In practice, it's harder because we are density and matter. So that means we have to take the time, because we live in the third dimension of reality, we have to take the time to make ourselves, to shift our own energy from less matter to more energy, because where we're wanting to go is at a different frequency than where we currently are. So we have to be able to match that frequency in order for it to show up in our experience, right? So let's take that and let's actually say that a little bit differently as well. If you're also experiencing something currently in your reality, in your life experience, that is saying that you are vibrating, or your energy is at a certain level that has the frequencies that it is matching where you're at. So for example, if you're angry or you keep coming across cranky, irritable people, you might want to do a little energy check on yourself, because what's happening is that you are vibrating at that same level, okay, at that same frequency where you're matching those frequencies all around you. Yes? Yes. So what's happening is that you're magnetizing situations, people, scenarios to reflect where your energy is, because that's your broadcast signal that you are putting out. So everything in your experience right now, everything in your reality right now is where you are at, which to me is actually a great sign, because you can use that as an indicator for yourself to know where you are. So if you're having like really awesome things happening to you, that means you're vibrating at this level of awesome happiness, right? And if you're like sort of cranky, or you're meeting people who are like kind of, you know, not so nice, that's because that is the energy level where you are currently indicating in terms of your vibrational frequency. So the wonderful, beautiful thing about all this is that you can change and shift these energies. And the more specific you get with what it is that you desire, the more you can magnetize it or meet or reach those frequencies. So again, the whole idea is for you to become more energy and less matter. Yes. And that is something that I help people do. I help people shift their energy. The direction I typically take people is into their intuition, so they get out of indecision, they make firm decisions, and they start really creating and identifying and getting very specific with what it is that they need and want, and they go in that direction and they start making huge life changes, okay? So that's specifically how I work with people, but you can do this on a various ways. It is easier to work with someone else. So if you find that you do need some support, or you'd like to work with somebody, just reach out to me and I can coach you through this. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. But just it's really important to know this from this video, from this video at this time, at this moment, in this reality, is that the universe does not like vagueness. So if you're going to be vague, you're going to continuously get vague situations, vague people, vague scenarios in your life, because that is where you are reflecting your energy, okay? So the more specific you are, the more specific you get. All right, guys, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected. Stay connected to your friends and family. This is a great way to stay connected to yourself. Just take a little look around, see what is going on around you, and that'll be an indicator of where your energy is. And of course, you can stay connected to me by checking me out at Terrie, 𝑖_huberman.com. If you'd like to join a community where you yourself can get out of indecision and into intuition, check out Patreon. I've got live workshops, I've got group readings, and other exclusive content for you waiting there if you want to be part of this like-minded community. All right, guys, you can also set up a reading with me, a one-on-one reading or a one-on-one abundance coaching session as well. There's so many ways we can work together. Check out TerrieHuberman.com, and I'll see ya on the flip side.